The moment the Watchers chose to reveal themselves was unlike anything the Cradle expedition had anticipated. A sudden hush fell over the base camp, the usual hum of machines and chatter of scientists replaced by an almost sacred silence. The air seemed to thicken, charged with an otherworldly presence that prickled the skin and quickened the heartbeat. From the shadows of the ancient ruins, shapes began to coalesce, ethereal, shifting forms of light and shadow that defied solid definition. They were the Watchers, guardians who had silently overseen the planet's secrets for millennia. Dr. Alara Miles stood at the forefront, her breath catching as the luminous glyphs danced across the stone walls around her. The glyphs whispered in a language felt more than heard, resonating deep within her mind. Commander Jace Rowland's steady presence at her side was a grounding force, though even he could not hide the flicker of awe in his eyes. The Watcher's arrival was a test, but its nature was yet unknown. Within the heart of the ancient archive, the team gathered as holographic projections ignited into life, bathing the chamber in a spectral glow. These projections were not mere records, they were living lessons. Scenes unfolded depicting the civilization's zenith and its catastrophic collapse, moments of hubris, wisdom and tragedy intertwined. Then came the moral quandaries, scenarios crafted to probe the expedition's collective conscience, choices between power and preservation, knowledge and humility, progress and restraint. Tensions flared as the expedition members grappled with these visions. Dr. Sienna Kwan's voice rose in impassioned debate, warning of the dangers of repeating past mistakes if they rushed to harness the Cradle's advanced bioengineering technologies. Others argued for the imperative of embracing the legacy to propel humanity forward. Commander Rowland cautioned restraint, emphasizing the need for unity in the face of external pressures and internal divisions. The Watcher's test was not merely intellectual, it was a crucible of character. The team confronted their own biases and fears, their hopes and doubts laid bare. Conflicts erupted, alliances shifted, and moments of profound empathy emerged. The ancient guardians observed silently, their judgment impartial yet penetrating. As dusk settled over the planet, Dr. Alara found herself alone beneath the fading light, the ruins casting long shadows across the alien soil. A soft pulse emanated from her palm, where a glyph had appeared, an emblem of fragile hope and tentative acceptance. The Watchers had spoken. Humanity was not yet perfect, but it was worthy of stewardship, provided it continued to learn and grow. The chapter closed on this solemn note of possibility, the echoes of the past intertwined with the promise of the future. The Cradle's legacy was now a mantle carried by imperfect but striving hands, setting the stage for the next phase of humanity's journey among the stars. The air was thick with a quiet intensity as Dr. Amina El Sayed approached the heart of the ancient structure they had uncovered weeks ago, a vast chamber housing the planetary interface, a relic of unimaginable complexity and power. The walls shimmered faintly, covered in intertwined glyphs that pulsed with bioluminescent light, casting eerie blue shadows across the faces of the gathered team. The hum of dormant machinery whispered secrets of a civilization that had transcended time. Beside her, Cale Thorne adjusted his augmented reality glasses, fingers dancing over the holographic controls that floated mid-air. "This is it," he murmured, eyes alight with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. "If we activate this, we're no longer just explorers, we become stewards." Amina nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility settle over her like a mantle. "It's more than technology," she said softly. "It's a covenant between us, the descendants, the Watchers, and Cradle itself." Outside, the towering trees of Cradle swayed gently in the alien breeze. their bioluminescent leaves pulsing softly as if responding to the momentous occasion unfolding beneath their canopy. Leora stood nearby, her presence serene yet commanding. As a representative of the descendants, she embodied the living continuity of the ancient civilization's legacy. Her tattoos shimmered faintly, mirroring the glyphs within the chamber. "This is a sacred moment," Leora said, her voice steady but filled with reverence. "By embracing this responsibility, we honor our ancestors and open a path for future generations." The sentinel appeared then, a shimmering form of light and shadow that drifted silently into the chamber. Its presence was at once comforting and inscrutable, a living embodiment of the Watcher's ancient vigilance. Without words, it conveyed a message of guidance and a solemn warning. The choices made here would ripple across time. As Cale initiated the activation sequence, the glyphs flared brighter, cascading streams of information unfolding holographically around them. Images of Cradle's past civilizations, their triumphs and failures, their bioengineering marvels, and their ultimate downfall played out like a living tapestry. Tensions within the team surfaced as well. Some members questioned the wisdom of such a bold step, wary of inviting external forces who might seek to exploit Cradle's secrets. Others argued that only by embracing their role as caretakers could humanity hope to evolve beyond its fractured past. Negotiations began in earnest with the descendants and Watchers, facilitated by Leora and the Sentinel. Around a holographic table, they forged protocols to safeguard the planet, blending ancient wisdom with contemporary ethics. The air was thick with both hope and uncertainty. Outside the chamber, the camp buzzed with a fragile optimism. The shift from excavation to active participation marked a new chapter 1 where humanity's future would be rewritten with reverence for origins and a commitment to stewardship. Yet, as the interface pulsed rhythmically, a subtle unease lingered. Unknown Watchers beyond their immediate circle had taken notice, and the challenges ahead promised to test the expedition's resolve like never before. In the quiet moments before dawn, Amina stood alone beneath the alien sky, the twin moons casting soft light over the awakening world. She whispered a promise not just to the team, but to the memory of those who came before and to the future that awaited. "We cross this threshold together," she said, voice steady. "Not as conquerors, but as guardians." The planet responded, its living heartbeats syncing with theirs, offering both challenge and hope. The journey was far from over, but the path forward was clear. Humanity's place in the cosmos was no longer just a question of discovery, it was a question of responsibility, legacy, and the courage to transcend the past. As the first light of Cradle's dawn painted the horizon, the expedition stepped forward, ready to shape a new destiny. The days that followed were a whirlwind of activity. Teams worked side by side with the descendants, learning to interpret ancient technologies not as relics to be mined, but as tools to be harmonized with the planet's living systems. Cale's bioengineering expertise became invaluable as they cautiously began experiments that melded Cradle's biotechnology with human innovation. Leora shared stories and songs from her people, guiding the expedition in rituals that honored the planet's memory. The Watchers observed quietly, their luminous forms occasionally flickering into presence, offering cryptic insights that challenged human assumptions. But the deeper they delved into partnership, the clearer it became that old wounds and new ambitions could fracture even the strongest alliances. Debates flared over how much to reveal to Earth, how to manage the influx of interest from governments and corporations, and how to ensure the sanctity of Cradle against exploitation. One evening, as the twin moons rose high, Amina convened a council beneath the ancient trees. The air was thick with anticipation as voices rose and fell in passionate discourse. It was clear the expedition stood at a crossroads, not only between past and future, but between competing visions of what humanity's role should be. "We are more than archaeologists," Amina reminded them, her voice calm but resolute. "We are partners with Cradle, its descendants, and the Watchers. Our actions will echo far beyond this moment." The sentinel shimmered beside her, its form coalescing into a visage that seemed almost human. It spoke not in words, but through a flood of images and emotions of cycles, of balance, and of the fragile thread that held existence together. Moved by this profound communion, the team reached a tentative consensus to prioritize stewardship over conquest, knowledge over power, and unity over division. Steps were taken to formalize the new covenant, blending the wisdom of Cradle's ancient past with the hopes of a shared future. As the chapter closed, the expedition no longer stood at the edge of discovery, but had stepped fully into the realm of creation. The threshold had been crossed. The echoes of the Cradle carried on not as distant whispers, but as a living song guiding humanity toward its next evolution. And beyond the stars, unseen eyes watched, waiting to see if humanity was truly ready to inherit the legacy of the dawn. The late afternoon sun cast long, shifting shadows across the clearing where Dr. Lena Morales found herself seated beneath the sprawling canopy of a towering alien tree. The leaves above shimmered with an otherworldly iridescence, their colors shifting subtly with the breeze. Lena's fingers idly traced the ancient symbols etched into the dirt, the same cryptic glyphs they had uncovered just days ago in the ruins nearby. Each curve and line felt like a silent whisper from the past, a language lost to time yet strangely familiar. Her hazel eyes glistened with a mixture of awe and something deeper, a longing she could not easily explain. Around her, the soft rustling of leaves mingled with the distant calls of native fauna, creating a symphony both alien and comforting. Lena's thoughts drifted beyond the immediate marvels of the expedition, back to her childhood on Earth, to the stories her grandmother told of origins and belonging. Here, on Cradle, those stories had taken on new, tangible meaning. The discovery of humanity's true birthplace was not just a scientific breakthrough, it was a personal pilgrimage, a journey into the collective memory of her species. Nearby, Captain Aidan Rourke maintained his nightly vigil. The camp's perimeter was bathed in the pale glow of bioluminescent markers, but the forest beyond remained a vast, impenetrable darkness. The cold wind tugged at his jacket, carrying with it faint, eerie howls that stirred a primal caution within him. His eyes scanned the shadows relentlessly, muscles coiled and ready. Yet beneath the surface of his stern exterior lay a profound weariness, a fatigue born not only from physical strain, but from the burden of responsibility. Every member of this team depended on his protection, and the stakes felt higher with each passing day. Inside the base, the hum of machinery was punctuated by the soft laughter of Mika Tanaka and Sasha Katri. The two had found a momentary refuge beside a flickering holographic fire projected from a portable unit. Mika's expressive eyes sparkled as she recounted tales from Earth of bustling cities, quiet mountain retreats, and the endless sky. Sasha's fiery hair caught the light as she grinned, sharing her own dreams of invention and exploration. Their shared stories wove a fragile tapestry of connection amid the alien landscape, reminding them both of the humanity that bound them despite the vast distances from home. Deeper still, in the subterranean archive chamber, Dr. Emile de Souza sat cross-legged amid a circle of pulsating bioluminescent flora. The soft glow bathed his face in ethereal light as he closed his eyes and inhaled slowly, The knowledge they had uncovered was staggering, the ethical implications profound. He pondered the responsibility they bore, not just as scientists, but as custodians of a legacy that had shaped human existence itself. The weight was immense, yet in this quiet moment of meditation, he found a calm resolve. As these intimate moments unfolded across the camp, invisible threads began to weave the team closer together. Conversations sparked by shared fears and hopes revealed the vulnerabilities beneath their professional facades. Lena confessed her doubts about whether humanity was ready to embrace such a radical truth. Aidan admitted his fears of failing those who depended on him. Mika mused on the impact this mission might have on human identity, while Sasha expressed her determination to harness the discoveries for a better future. Emil's voice, measured and steady, offered a moral anchor, urging caution and compassion. These silent bonds, forged in the crucible of isolation and discovery, became the expedition's quiet strength. The personal histories they shared of loss, resilience, and yearning lent new meaning to their scientific pursuit. The planet Cradle was no longer just a site of exploration. It was a mirror reflecting their own humanity, reminding them that beneath the layers of technology and ancient ruins, the enduring spirit of mankind persisted. Yet, as the night deepened, the shadows lengthened not just outside the camp, but within their hearts. The external pressures of political factions, competing agendas, and the enigmatic watchers loomed ever larger. Internal disagreements simmered beneath the surface, threatening to fracture the fragile unity they had cultivated. But tonight, for a brief moment, the expedition found solace in their shared stories, a reminder that even in silence, bonds could speak louder than words. As the stars wheeled overhead, Lena rose from her spot beneath the tree, her gaze lingering on the symbols carved into the soil. "We're not just uncovering history," she whispered to herself. "We're becoming part of it." The wind stirred, carrying with it the faintest echo of a forgotten song, as if the planet itself acknowledged their presence and their promise. The journey ahead would test them in ways they could not yet imagine, but for now, the human heart beat steadily in the silent bonds they had forged, and somewhere beyond the veil of night, the ancient legacy of Cradle waited, patient, watchful, and ever enduring. The soft glow of the holographic projector cast long shadows across the walls of the archive chamber, illuminating the intricate symbols that danced in the air like ancient whispers given form. Dr. Alara Miles sat cross-legged on the polished floor, her eyes fixed on the looping lines and geometric patterns. Her fingers hovered just above the translucent script, trembling slightly with a mixture of reverence and excitement. This was no ordinary language. It was a tapestry woven from millennia-old wisdom, an echo of a civilization that had once thrived on this planet, long before human memory had faded to myth. Around her, the quiet hum of the expedition's base camp was a distant murmur, muffled by the thick stone walls and the solemn weight of discovery. Ilara's mind raced as she connected fragments of phonetic sounds to the symbols, slowly unraveling the intricate grammar and syntax hidden beneath the surface. Each breakthrough was a thread pulling her deeper into a narrative that transcended time, a philosophy that spoke not only of knowledge and power, but of balance, restraint, and respect for the delicate interplay between technology and nature. Ilara, a voice called softly, breaking her concentration. Captain Rajan Torres stepped into the chamber, his tall silhouette framed by the door's pale light. "Any progress?" She looked up, eyes bright. "More than progress, Captain. This language, it's more than just words. It's a philosophy." They spoke of harmony and caution, a guide to living with the power they wielded. Rajan approached, his gaze settling on the swirling symbols. "Can you translate enough to share it with the team?" "I believe so," Alara replied, her voice steady despite the whirlwind inside her. "But it will take time. This isn't just a dictionary, it's a mindset, a way of understanding the world that challenges everything we thought about progress." In the adjacent command center, Mirakato listened intently as Alara presented her initial findings. The holographic display flickered softly, casting an ethereal light on Mira's thoughtful face. So they weren't just a technologically advanced society, Mira mused. They had a code of philosophy that governed how they used their advancements. "Exactly," Alara confirmed. They believed that unchecked growth and ambition could lead to destruction. Their texts warn of a cycle advancement followed by collapse. They advocate for balance, a symbiotic relationship with their environment. Myra's eyes narrowed. It's as if they were trying to teach us, to prevent us from making the same mistakes. But how do we apply that now? We're standing on the edge of discovery and exploitation. Across the base, Dr. Alim Naveed sat in the research lab, his fingers deftly adjusting the settings on a neural mapping interface. Inspired by the newly deciphered texts, he was attempting to understand how the ancient civilization's philosophy might have influenced their cognitive evolution. The soft beeping of his monitors punctuated the air, blending with the rhythmic tapping of his stylus against the console. These concepts of harmony and caution, they're not just ethical guidelines, Alim muttered to himself. They're embedded in the very fabric of their consciousness. Suddenly, his screen flashed with a new pattern neuronal pathways that suggested a form of collective memory, a biological archive encoded within their DNA. The implications were staggering. The ancient inhabitants had engineered themselves not only technologically, but biologically, embedding their philosophy into their evolution. Back in the archive chamber, Alara continued her work late into the night. The language revealed parables and metaphor stories of a civilization that saw itself as a guardian, not a conqueror. They spoke of the flow, an unseen force connecting all life and technology, urging a mindful approach to innovation. As dawn crept over the horizon, bathing Cradle's landscape in soft pink hues, the expedition gathered outside under the twin moon's fading light. The air was cool and still, charged with the weight of their discoveries. Voices murmured in small clusters, debates sparked by the new philosophy. Captain Torres stood at the forefront, his gaze sweeping over his team. "We've uncovered more than artifacts," he began. "We found a mirror reflecting our own potential futures. The question now is, how do we honor this wisdom? How do we ensure we don't repeat the mistakes of those who came before?" Alara stepped forward, her voice steady but filled with passion. "Their language teaches us that progress without restraint leads to ruin. They chose harmony over dominance. We must decide if we are ready to embrace that path." Myra nodded, adding, "It won't be easy. Our world thrives on advancement, on pushing boundaries. But perhaps the true challenge is learning when to hold back, when to listen." A hush fell over the group as they contemplated the fragile balance between discovery and destruction. The lost language was more than a relic. It was a guidepost, a plea from the past that resonated deeply with their own fears and hopes. As the morning light strengthened, the team set to work, their approach tempered by the ancient philosophy. They would proceed with caution, mindful of the lessons etched in the symbols and stories of a civilization that had risen, flourished, and ultimately faded, waving behind a legacy not just of technology, but of wisdom. Yet, beneath the surface of this newfound reverence, a quiet question lingered. Could humanity truly learn from the echoes of the past, or were they destined to follow the same path to oblivion? The answer lay hidden in the pages yet to be deciphered, in the silent whispers of the lost language waiting to be heard once more. And so, with the weight of history on their shoulders and the promise of a new understanding before them, the expedition pressed on into the heart of the Cradle's secrets and into the uncertain dawn of humanity's next chapter.